What up, fam? Little Vibe here, Web3 Studios, back once again for Soliloquies and OKC Story. And this one, we're getting into the last, or maybe first, depending on which direction you played that album, track of the album Drive, okay? Track number 11. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, or if you just skipped to this one because this is your favorite song, much love as well, okay? Make sure if you haven't already, check out the link in the bio, link in the description, depending on where you're watching this at. Make sure you can see all of the previous ones, okay? We're going through the whole story of the album. We also got a lot more content on the way. Make sure you tap in with us on our Instagram and TikTok accounts, okay? We're going to be having some other type of content as it ties into the album over there, chopping these up into some short form videos and stuff, okay? So tap in with us on all the platforms. Soliloquies and OKC Story. Yeah, this one we getting in the Drive, man. Once again, produced by Axel with additional audio engineering production from RJC Productions and Peace Out His Beats. Man, like I said, last track on the album, number 11, at least if you're going through, chronologically. And so as reference, I was born on the 11th, and yeah, heard an interesting noise outside. Caught my ear for a second. Was born on the 11th. There's a buzz. I'm gonna take that synchronicity. Let's see what time it is on the 9:18 on the PlayStation. That's 9:9. Woo! Yeah, we out here, boy. Let's go. So, all right. If you know, 9 is the Hermit year. So, bam, we are in Alice in Wonderland through the Looking Glass, right? Yes, sir. So, track 11 on the album, and as you know, and as we've gotten into, I was born on the 11th. 11, 2 ones. That's the number of magical expansion, the number of the Eon, the Crown of Conquering Child, right? So. Very special, Drive. And on Drive, once again, we have a reference to, track 1 in Home, right? It says, behind bars, behind stars, I'm far from home. MPH ticking that same speed as the metronome, so MPH driving. We have poolside sped up, right? Drive. So a lot of references to driving in this album. And, the chariot and initiating change is going forward, right? So, let's jump into this, how we've been jumping into all of them. And that is with looking at the tarot cards, the major arcana trumps for Major Arcana number 11, okay? And it's called different things in different decks. If you remember track 8, Fade, there's a little switch between what Rider Waite did in his deck versus what Crowley did in his deck. So we'll see that reflected here again, but once again, we'll talk through it, and it's not too huge of a deal for what we're doing here, but you can find more info on it if you want to, okay? And once again, we're looking at the Marseille Tarot deck, Rider-Waite Tarot deck, Kim Cran's Wild Unknown Tarot deck, and I say Rider-Waite Smith, and Aleister Crowley, Frida Harris, Lady Frida Harris, Thoth Tarot deck, okay? So let's look at this one right here. Wow, 11 in the Marseille Tarot deck. La Force, as you remember, if you might remember, it looks very similar to the 8 in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, okay? But don't worry about that for now. So you see, once again, there appears to be a female figure taming a lion, okay? Then if we go to the Rider-Waite version, you see he has more of a justice here. So once again, there's a sense of balance, okay? Scales and a sword, see between twin towers, all right? So justice, sense of balance. Now we go to the Crowley one. Very interesting, but I actually like the name of the card, and I like the description. I think it's much more fitting for this Eon, of course. 11 is called Lust, okay? So we see a female figure riding a beast with many heads and underground, okay? And something appearing up above, okay? We'll get more into that in the Garrett Ziegler book. So once again, though, we have, it's the lions, right? Like the lion is repeating. So see, even though there's a slight difference between, Crowley's with Lust here and let's just look at these, okay? So, there's a slight difference naturally, justice versus, lust or force, as it's called, okay? However, balance. Well, let me move these over to where y'all can see them. Balance is inherent in all of them. Okay. Bye-bye. So, let's move to the last one. The Kim Cran's deck. And once again, another reference to a lion. And as we were talking about in the, the lemniscape with the number 8 here, right, for the magician, that we also saw reflected and the Rider Waite deck in the strength card of a lion. So I just want to show these for a minute, okay? To show these differences really, yeah, if you just kind of interpret it intuitively or even do some research into the symbols, there's not much of a difference, okay? It's balance, sign of balance. You can see whether it's 8 or 11, okay? 8 is like 2 zeros, right? It's like 2 1s, so a little bit of a thing in there. But this one right here, wow, the Kim Kranz strength. I love that. 11 with the lion, with the lemniscate, with the rose. Fucking perfect. Love that one. So, once again, we've got a card here, a bit of mystery. We've got one it's got different interpretations. But really, not too different. Not too different when we look at them. All right, bow. Bow. Okay. Let's look at what Mr. Garrett Ziegler has to say about this, as we have been doing. Once again, we're using Garrett Ziegler's Tarot Mirror to Soul Handbook for the Aleister Crowley Talk Tarot. Dope book. And if you've been following along, we love this one because it's got some keywords in there, about a little description of the card, along with, depending on how you like to use these decks, got some, let's see if we can get that to indications, questions, suggestions, affirmations, and more details in there. Wow. All right. Let's get into this one, fam. Drive, 11. We rounding out the end. Sheesh. Let's go. All right. Lust. And if you're in the other decks, it's either strength or force or justice. But you'll see they all essentially mean the same. Keywords: Leo, passion, multidimensional creativity. Talents: strength, integration of animalistic energies, overcoming old fears and conditionings. The traditional name of this card is Strength. Crowley renamed the card because its meaning includes much more than the word strength expresses. Lust means more than vital strength. It includes also the joy in and the enjoyment of that strength. It means also passion. A woman sits on the back of a lion. And remember, passion, track 7, so keep the passion like it's Christ, right? Passion is Christ's sufferings on the cross, right? So, passion. A woman sits on the back of a lion. In her right hand, she holds a holy grail, which is inflamed with the fire of love and death. And raises it into the heights. All right. So, the holy grail, as we saw on Soul, track number 7, the rider is holding the grail, okay, in there. So, this is the grail from that. So, tie back to that. So, once again, passion, soul, grail. The card's a representation of divine intoxication, divine ecstasy, divine madness. The woman appears intoxicated. The lion is also inflamed by lust. His 7 heads are those of an angel, a saint, a poet, an adulteress, a dairyman, a satyr, and a lion serpent. So, once again, very interesting imagery, right? An angel, a saint, a poet, an adulteress, a dairyman, a satyr, and a lion serpent. They symbolize different aspects and viewpoints which now unite and meld together as a single perceptive force in one orgasmic experiencing. They are independent of morality and limiting rationalism. The energy forms expressed here are those of an archetypal creative order. The animal within is not tamed and integrated through struggle and repression, but through affirmation and surrender. The strength you gain in this process helps you overcome old fears and restrictive conditioning, represented by the folded hands and the faces of the saints seen dimly in the background. The 10 faintly radiating circles scattered behind a woman and lion show the fading old moral ideas, which will now be replaced by the fresh new ones pulsating at the top of the picture, symbolizing the new light which streams snake-like in all directions to destroy the world and create it anew. This process of recreation is again symbolized in the lion's tail, a serpent with a lion's head. Wow. The woman's head is turned completely toward the urn of fire. She is totally absorbed in the energy of transformation inherent in any total and conscious surrender. This is the secret of Tantra, the awareness which perceives the fullness of each moment and accepts all of life, rejecting nothing. So once again, go forth and conquer my Tantra. I'm raising up my chakras. My chakras on bonkers, I'm really animated. So that was in track Fade. So reference there to Tantra and different things, okay? And so it's interesting how that ties in. Once again, fade, track 8, fade. Go forth and conquer my Tantra. I'm raising up my chakras. You know, once again, track 8, right? 8, the limit gate. That 8-11 connection, okay? Bam, look at that synchronicity right there. Let's keep moving on. Lust reveals its valuable creative potential only when fully tasted. Savored and drunken, only then can it be understood and implemented in your own process of becoming aware. The way to the light passes through all aspects of darkness. So, I like the indication here. If you are ready to accept all which you find in yourself, you'll be able to move through everything with deep sensitivity, awareness, love, and understanding. Okay? The suggestion, take everything in with more awareness. We often experience emotions such as love, sadness, pain, rage, or fear as obstacles, only because we have never learned to use them as potential energy. The affirmation, I enjoy living to the utmost. Yes, indeed. So, very interesting name. You know, Crowley called it lust. It's just an opening up to everything, right? It's that drive, you know, that creative drive. The 1, the 2 magicians, the 11s. Right, it's the drive, you know. So that's why this track is called Drive. It's that drive for life, to go forward, to be creative, to push yourself, to take in all of life in the lust, and just the drive for that. So let's get into this, fam. Last track on the album, maybe the first, depending on which order you play it in. Drive.
Yeah. I got that drive. I did another take. I want to try one more time. I feel like I could just get it a little bit tighter. I think this is the one. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, so that reference, you know, I did it one more time. I tried to get a little bit tighter. You know, I was recording this. I did a couple different takes. I feel like I get I'm doing like this, singing type Rastafari, almost pirate type voice in this. And I'm like something new. I'm trying something vulnerable with my singing. I'm not trying to be a picture perfect singing. I'm just putting soul and emotion to it, kind of like an ODB or something would do, mixed with my own reggae Rastafari type vibes, man. So I did another take. I want to get it tighter. But also, 11 tracks, okay? The project I put out back in 2011, Philosopher's Stone Stage 1, Negrito. Okay, it's out there now. You can go check it out in our virtual studio. We got it streaming. Man, you know, that was 11 tracks. And that was like, when I put that out that time, I thought it was like, I was also dealing with esoteric, alchemical concepts. And so, you know, I'm thinking back through this and really looking at this. I mean, I think I was talking about, you know, I just want to try. I did another time. If I get it tired way better, like, yeah, this one is, you know, it's the evolution of that album. So much love, man. And yeah, it's just that drive to want to keep making it better, keep going. So let's go.
Yeah, I got that drive like it's T-R-I-V-E. On the paper chase like I got that need for speed.
Hey, hey.
That need for speed, I play the underground too.
Yeah.
Underground king, mummified in the cool. Woo. I got that drive like it's T-R-I-V-E. On the paper chase like I got that need for speed. That need for speed, I play the underground too. Underground king, mummified in the cool.
Yeah, man. So usually I'm kind of sounding like animalistic, right? It's like, I got that drive like it's D-R-I-V-E. On the paper chase like I got that need for speed. So, you know, sound like almost like lion-like or animal-like. You know, and I got that paper chase, you know, the lust for life. You know, I'm just going to get the, right? Because if you have money, if you have paper, right, then you can experience more in all of life, supposedly, you know, and everything like that. So, and then you open yourself up to everything, you know, because you have access to be able to have everything to experience, okay? That need for speed, I play the Underground 2. So Underground 2, right, the 11, it's almost like an Underground 2 because it's 2 1s, 1 and 1 is 2. And obviously I was born on 9/11, so 9/11 is 20. You know, the Eon, it's also the Eon Horus, and, you know, 2 and 0 is 2. So the Underground 2, you know, I got that Underground 2, okay? That's also reflected really well as in this, actually, in the Rider-Waite version. This dude looks underground to me, but and she definitely is. But, you know. And need for speed, I play the Underground 2. Underground King, mummified in the coop. So Need for Speed, Underground 2, motherfucking classic PlayStation 2 game. I don't got it anymore. I need to get a copy, man. But we played the fuck out of that game. I'm sure you did too if you came up on PS2. It's one of the classics, man. They need to remake the shit. throw this song on there on the soundtrack. EA or whoever the fuck made it, if you listening, get on the shit because we got the song for it. Yeah, man, I Need for Speed. I played the Underground too. Woo! Played that shit too much with my brothers, Beast by Ray, and our other brother. That Need for Speed, I played the Underground 2, Underground King, mummified in the coupe, okay? Underground King, mummified in the coupe, looking at the Eon Trump, the card. Once again, the Crowley version is Underground King. It's Horus, the two versions of him, and the Newt in the sky sitting in the womb. So anyway, woo, getting too far ahead. But yeah, that Need for Speed, I played the Underground 2. Underground King, mummified in the coupe. Coupe, baby coupe, also coupe, two-door coupe, Underground Need for Speed is like a racing game, so you're tricking out your cars. You got these coupes, Porsches and shit, NSX, all the shit, man. And so yeah, that Need for Speed, I played the Underground 2. Underground King, mummified in the coupe, like Underground King, also like King Tut, is a young king, so the child, crowned and conquering child, this being the young Horus, right? So King Tut, Underground King, mummified in the coupe, he was mummified, and obviously I dug up his remains and treasure and stuff later on. And also speaking to like, when you get the money or the material shit, there's a quote from Schopenhauer. I didn't name him last time, one of my favorite philosophers. And the quote is, the alchemists in their search for gold discovered many other things of greater value. Okay, so like Underground King, mummified in a coupe, it's kind of like, man, you get all the money, all the cars and shit, but you in that thing almost like mummified, like not even a person anymore. You just become like a drive, right? So yeah, let's keep going.
I got that drive like it's DRIVE.
Oh yeah, and I also want, I got that drive like it's DRIVE, right? Very simple, childlike, almost nursery rhyme type stuff. So once again, the Horus, the crowned and conquering child, yeah.
In that black and yellow is Khalifa or Ali. Transforming like a bubble stinging bee. Flowing like a butterfly all through these city streets.
Come on. Yeah, man, I got that drive like it's DRIVE. In that black and yellow, Wiz Khalifa or Ali. So Wiz Khalifa classic song, Black and Yellow, man, salute. Transforming like a bumble stinging bee. Flowing like a butterfly out duty.
Just like a butterfly, Ali. Cool. I got that drive like it's DRIVE.
Yeah.
In that black and yellow Wiz Khalifa or Ali.
Yeah.
Transforming like a bumble stinging bee. Woo! Flowing like a butterfly all through these city streets.
Yeah, so transforming like a bumble stinging bee, flowing like a butterfly all through these city streets. So Transformers, right? Transforming like Bumblebee. So transforming like a bumble stinging bee. Also flowing like a butterfly all through these city streets. So in that black and yellow, Wiz Khalifa or Ali, right? Muhammad Ali, flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee. So I'm tying in, what Muhammad Ali said there, his famous quote, along with Wiz Khalifa, Black and Yellow, along with Bumblebee and Transformers, and just once again, pop culture, mythology, just all of it. This is what I like to do. So everything that influenced my life.
Just like a butterfly affecting all my nature.
Yeah.
Got that Ashton Kutcher, Kid Cudi on replayer.
Come on.
Kid Cudi, how I'm humming through the rhythms.
Yeah.
Got the soundtrack to my life being written.
Hey, just like a butterfly affecting all my nature. Got that Ashton Kutcher, Kid Cudi on replayer. Kid Cudi, how I'm humming through the rhythms. Got the soundtrack to my life being written. Okay, it's like a butterfly affecting on my nature. Got that Ashton Kutcher, Kid Cudi on replayer. So Kid Cudi, his album Man on the Moon 2 and Today, he has a song out there called Ashton Kutcher. Okay, he's talking about, ganja. So y'all know I keep it funky, motherfucker. Better get it right, better get it right. Ooh, right. Shout out to Cudi, man, legend. And so we got that in there, okay. And then Ashton Kutcher, the movie Butterfly Effect. Ashton Kutcher was in that, so also referencing the actor. Got that Ashton Kutcher, Kid Cudi on replay. Got the soundtrack to my life being written. Let's go again.
Kid Cudi, how I'm humming through the rhythms. Got the soundtrack to my life being written.
Yeah, so Kid Cudi, how I'm humming through the rhythms. Got the soundtrack to my life being written. So another classic Kid Cudi song off of his first album, though, Man on the Moon. And Yeah, that one is soundtrack to my life. So how I'm humming through these rhythms. And Kid Cudi is like famous for like the humming flow and stuff. Also 808 and Heartbreaks. Kid Cudi was like instrumental in helping Kanye with that album. Kanye stated himself. And once again in track 8, Fade, we have the line 808, Heartbreaks, can I get a break? So this is tying that to track 8 once again, because we got the little bit of the thing there with the 11 and the 8 and Lemniscate and Crowley and the Rider Waite controversy. So that's tied in there too.
Being written off by the younger player. Okay. Kid Cudi, how I'm humming through
Also,
the
Kid
rhythms.
Cudi, right?
Got the soundtrack to my life.
That's our thing. Kid Cudi, a kid, crown of conquering child. Okay.
Being written off by the pundit critics. I could give a damn, I'ma keep rocking with it. Yeah. Rocking like I'm top from that bossing city. Feeling like I'm Avatar, ain't really witty.
Yeah. Really? So being written off by the pundit critics, I could give a damn, I'ma keep rocking with it. Yeah. Rocking like I'm top from that bossing city. Feeling like I'm Avatar, ain't really witty, right? So, written, so almost like driving, right? It's almost like I'm being written off, right, by the critics, like not paying attention to me, not putting me in lists, or looking at our digital collectibles, saying that's like it's feeling like you underground, feeling like you underappreciated, undernoticed, right? So, being written off by the pundit critics, like being passed over for grant opportunities, being passed over for a sponsorship, it's everything. Just feeling like you on your own doing the shit, man. So being written off by the pundit critics, but I could give a damn. I'ma keep rocking with it, So, they riding on me, but fuck it, I'm gonna keep rocking with it. I'm rocking like I'm Toph from that bossing city. Ooh, feeling like I'm Avatar, ain't really witty. So Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the blind earthbender who taught Avatar Aang earthbending, okay, and then joining his crew. Feeling like that, I'm gonna keep rocking like that. Rocking with these tunes, rocking like I'm Toph, feeling like I'm Avatar, ain't really witty, So let's keep going.
Yeah, it's really litty. Got that walk, I'm Avatar, ain't really witty.
Yeah.
Really witty, and it's really litty. Got that water whipping, water bending, RZA blicky, diamonds in it like my blunt is okay city, yeah. Passion on my ashtray while I'm riding through the city.
Woo! I love this shit. Really litty, yeah, it's really witty. Got that water whipping, water bending, RZA blicky, diamonds in it like my blood is okay city. Action on my ashtray while I'm riding through the city. So, like Aang, he was like super funny, but he was also super lit, get turned up and fuck shit up and when he needed to. So yeah, really litty, and it's really witty. Got that water whipping, water bending, RZA blicky, right? So once again, going back to like hip hop lore, usually when you have water whipping, it's like you cooking drugs or something. Going back to gaslit, right? But I'm cooking with the flow, like the stove got gaslit. So I got that water whipping, the water in the dark night of the soul out on the sea, right? So I was like, I'm moving here, I'm moving the water, got that water whipping, water bending, and my Riz is blicky, right? So once again, wet up. Poolside track 10 and nod to that, my RZA blicky, yeah. And so then we combine them water, really witty, and it's really litty, yeah. Got that water whipping, water bending, RZA blicky, diamonds in it like my blunt is okay city. Action on my ashtray while I'm riding through the city. Okay, diamonds in it like my blunt is okay city. So diamond, form of perfection, like my blunt. Fire bending, also air bending. It's okay city, because we got that medical here. It's okay city. Really litty, and it's really witty. Got that water whipping, water bending, RZA blicky, diamonds in it like my blunt is okay city. Action on my ashtray while I'm riding through the city. So once again, action on my ashtray, it's like fire bending. I'm combining the elements. We're rocking. We got the water, we got the fire in the air and the blunt. So it's ashing on my ashtray, then dropping the ashes on my ashtray on my ride while I'm riding through the city. I'm getting drove through the city through OKC. So just tying that all in there, man, into this ballad.
I got that drive like it's DRIVE. On that paper chase like I got that need for speed. That need for speed, I play the underground too. Underground king, mummified in the cool. I got that drive like it's DRIVE. On that paper chase like I got that need for speed.
Yeah.
That need for speed, I play the underground too. and the cool. Woo! I got that drive like it's D-R-I-V-E. On a paper chase like I got that need for speed. That need for speed, I play the underground too. Underground king, mummified in the groove. I got that drive like it's D-R-I-V-E. Mama never drove till I hit my early teens. Them city bus stops as a youngster well acquainted. Probably why I got this hunger for these Benjamin Franklins.
Yeah. So man, my mom, rest in power to her. She's an Italian immigrant. She immigrated to this country, and she's never a U.S. citizen even the day she died. So she didn't actually get her driver's license until I was in my early teens, and coming up in the working poor for about the first 9 or 10 years or so of my life. It was things gradually improved each time. However, it was always still like a part of that working poor. So for like the first 9 years, like we took city buses. It was like just once again going back to like old school bulljack on the bus stop kid in Oklahoma City, being like a smaller city, the infrastructure's not that good. Like the buses are absolutely crap. And they're always late, they're breaking down, the smell, weird people on them, all kind of shit, man. They don't never get what you want them to get to. There's no cell phones in these days, so you got your little bus booklet. You're hoping it gets there on the time so that you don't miss the next bus on the next stop. There's a whole lot that goes into being raised in these working poor situations. You don't have grocery stores, you just have to take the bus to get, it's a whole thing. So all of that, I think that's why I got that drive, because mama never drove till I hit my early teens. Them city bus stops as a youngster well acquainted, let's keep going.
Them city bus stops as a youngster well acquainted. Probably why I got this hunger for these Benjamin Franklins.
Yeah, man, so well acquainted with them mugs. And that's probably why I got this hunger for these Benjamin Franklins, coming up in the working poor and just wanting better, wanting to do more, and not be in those situations again, not have your family be in those situations. And
Benjamin Franklin got the lightning through the kite string. Put a few horses on my dashboard, that's enticing.
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin got the lightning through the kite string sometime. My desire for these dollars, these hundreds to Benjamin Franklin, who, one of the founding fathers, right, stood for freedom, independence, and being able to live the life you want. He got the lightning through the kite string, right? The famous story, he put the key at the bottom of the kite, and he was, during a lightning storm, he got to struck the key, right? And so there's a lot of symbology in that, lightning striking the kite, Kundalini kite head, a lot in there. But yeah, Benjamin Franklin got the lightning through the kite string just like I did. Oh, got the bright idea. Put a few horses on my dashboard, that's enticing, right? So put a few horses on my dashboard, sports cars and shit, man. Also Sagittarius, or also horses, right? On my dashboard, that's enticing. Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Think I'm a centaur with the swagger of a Pisces. Woo! Like that Philoctetes, love your life like Aphrodite.
Yeah, so I think I'm a centaur with the swagger of a Pisces. Hey, there's Hercules right there. He fought a centaur. I think I'm a centaur with the swagger of a Pisces, like that Philoctetes. Once again, that's can we get homie in there? Hey, like that Philoctetes, love it life like Aphrodite. Yeah. Right, so I think I'm a centaur with the swagger of a Pisces. Think I'm a Sagittarius, but with the swagger of a Pisces, right? It's kind of like almost like a combination of opposites. It's like Pisces water, Sagittarius fire archer. Pisces kind of wishy-washy. Sagittarius is like aim to determine, right? So I think I'm a centaur with the swagger of a Pisces, right? Combination of opposites. Let's keep going.
Like Aphrodite, or with the swagger of a Pisces.
Like that Philoctetes, loving life like Aphrodite. Right, so Philoctetes, he was like the satyr, super horny little goat thing that, loving life, or like loved Meg, right, the beautiful woman in Hercules. And, it was also like reminiscent of Aphrodite, right, the beautiful god from mythology who, is actually supposed to be one of the strongest gods of this world, because we're trapped in, essentially Aphrodite's beauty here, right? So, and then the other form of Aphrodite is Persephone, who is, when she's in the underworld, and then Thoth Hermes goes down there and more or less saves her and resurrects. So, yeah, deeply layered, but all tied back into, once again, my energy signatures and my birth date and my astrological signs and the story of my life and pop culture references and things in there. So let's keep going.
Think I'm a centaur with the swagger of a Pisces. Like that Philoctetes, loving life like Aphrodite. Like Aphrodite, I'm in love with the image. Painting all these pictures with these words really vivid. Real descriptive, like I'm moving through the scriptures. I'm chilling with the wise men and the gifts up in the manger.
Hey, sheesh. Like Aphrodite, I'm in love with the image. Painting all these pictures with these words really vivid. On track 8, you know, take out that line. Got me painting these vivid pictures I procreate. And someone's getting tired of lemonade. Painting all these pictures with these words really vivid. Real descriptive, like I'm moving through the scripture. Chilling with the wise men and the gifts up in the manger. Okay, so the gift of the story, biblical story of the wise men coming to visit the baby child Christ in the manger, when he was born, right? And they brought him the gifts, the frankincense, the myrrh, and the gold, right? So I'm chilling with the wise men and the gifts up in the manger, the energy of the child, crown and conquering child. Real descriptive, like it's moving through the scripture, like that's the new scripture. Let's keep going.
Loaded on that, painting all these pictures with these words really vivid.
Yeah.
Real descriptive, like I'm moving through the scriptures. Chilling with the wise men and the gifts up in the major.
Yes, sir.
Loaded on that, film
Made another banger, hey.
I'm just praising God.
Made in the image of my maker, oh. So loaded on that, FL made another banger. I'm just praising God, made in the image of my maker, right? So I'm chilling with the wise men and the gifts in the manger, right? Also chilling with my homies in the studio, the wise men and the gifts. We got the FL, we got the, all the shit, man. And chilling with the wise men and the gifts up in the manger. Woo, loaded on that, FL made another banger. I'm just praising God, made in the image of my maker, right? So made another banger, right? Like God made the big bang. There's a thing in there as well. And then also banger. I'm just praising God, made in the image of my maker. Woo!
Screaming hallelujah, get into the paper. Formula like one, I got that drive up in my nature.
Yeah. Screaming hallelujah, get into the paper. Formula like one, I got that drive up in my nature.
Awesome.
Yeah.
RJC, little
Okay. See. Yeah. Beautiful. So, really with that last verse, I wanted to, the first verse kind of like, it starts out like I got that drive, like it, kind of seems like I got that drive, got the car, kind of boasts where you anticipate. As it goes on, it's actually a very personal song, very vulnerable song. It really tells a story of my life, especially in that second verse. And I can just take that verse to any point in time in my life, certain points in time in my life, and it just applies perfectly. So, we made it. Soliloquies, an OKC story. This has been for track 11, Drive on the album, okay? And at the end, I want to add something else in there. Formula like one. I got that drive up on my nature, right? Drive up in my nature. Screaming hallelujah, get into the paper. Formula like one, I got that drive up in my nature. So formula like one. So again, 11 being the number of the magical formula of the eon. And that's the thing, this drive. That's been my only formula in life where I've gotten to, getting through hard times, situations, rising above, overcoming. It's just been taking the reins, doing something, driving forward, and letting the rest come into place. So, appreciate y'all rocking with me this far on this one, fam. And once again, you've been tuned into Soliloquies and OKC Story. We got more content coming. Tap into all our other stuff as well. Make sure to check out the previous episodes if you haven't already. Salute to the guys, man. Axel, RJC Productions, RC producer, and P Status Beats, man. Couldn't have done this album without them. So shout out to them. Tap into their profiles. Link in bio, link in the description, wherever this is at. Share it with the friends. Share the album with the friends. Stream it everywhere. And also available on upcoming blockchain-based platforms. We got digital collectibles for sale out there. And you get access to an exclusive area in our virtual studio if you got those as well. There's more details, more information, more stuff, more content on the way. More albums, more everything. So for now, fam, salute. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. This has been Soliloquies, an OKC story, going over track 11 from my album OKC with Axel. Drive. Love Vibe with the studios. Peace.